Hey guys, today's battle report, we're going to be playing Warhammer 40,000 7th edition, and we're going to play Astra Militarum versus Blood Angels with the Imperial Knight Ally. It's 2,000 points, and we did the Shadow and Cloak, or Cloak and Shadow, whatever it's called, so enjoy, game on. On the Blood Angel side, leading the force is Mephiston. For the first elite choice, we have a Sanguinary Priest, just a standard guy with a backpack. For the next elite choice, we have a Furioso Dreadnought Librarian, and he'll be coming in a drop pod. For the first troop choice, we have an Assault Squad, 5-man, drop their jump packs. Sergeant has Power Fist and a Storm Shield, and it's got an Infernus Pistol, and a Land Raider as a dedicated transport. Land Raider has Multi-Melta and Storm Bolter upgrades. For a second troop choice, we have one Death Company squad led by Lamartes, 4 of them with bolters, bolt guns, and 1 with a plasma pistol. For a third troop choice, we have a full 10-man tactical squad, your standard Black Reach set, so missile launcher and flamer. For a fast attack choice, we have one small group of scout bikers. For a heavy support, we have a Storm Raven, Multi-Melta, Assault Cannons, Hurricane Bolters. Finally, as an allied detachment, we have one Imperial Knight with the Rapid Fire Battle Cannon. On the Astra Militarum, we have the first HQ choice, which is also the Warlord, is a company command squad with the company commander as the Warlord. The commander's got a power sword and a plasma pistol. The veterans in the squad, you have one with a grenade launcher, one with a plasma gun, one with a melta gun, one with a med pack. And then we have a full squad of regimental advisors. So you have the Astropath, Master of Ordnance, and the Officer of the Fleet. And they are taking a Chimera with multi-laser, heavy bolter, and heavy stubber. For a second HQ choice, we are taking a tank commander and a Vanquisher Leman Russ with the las cannons and heavy bolters and sponsons. And there's also going to be a battle tank with heavy bolters and a las cannon in the front. And the tank commander has been upgraded to Pask. For the first troop choice, we have a veteran squad with 3 sniper rifles. The sergeants have been upgraded to Harker, and they have forward sentries. For a second troop choice, we have another veteran squad. Sergeant has a Power Fist and a plasma pistol. There's 2 grenade launchers and a melta gun, and they are in a Chimera, and the Chimera is multi-laser, heavy bolter, and heavy stubber. For an elite's choice, we have a Tempest squad. Nothing special. There's no upgrades on any of them, but it's a full 10-man squad. For a fast attack choice, we have 2 Scout Sentinels in 1 squadron, both with missile launchers. For the next 2 fast attack choices, we have 2 Vendettas, each in their own squadron. For the first heavy support choice, we have a Manticore with a heavy, the heavy stubber upgrade. For the next heavy support, we have a Hydra battery with just 1 Hydra, and he has been upgraded to have the enclosed crew compartment. Finally, as a heavy support, we have a Basilisk battery, and he has also been upgraded to have an enclosed crew compartment. Okay, here's where we're at after deployment. We combat squad of the tactical squad, and we put half of them with the missile launcher right there. The assault squad with the Sanguinary Priest right there. The other half of the tactical squad on that objective. We have Bob right there. We have the Land Raider over there with Mephiston hanging out behind him as usual. And then the scout bikers deployed over there and did their scout move to get over there. On guard side, we got the stormtroopers inside of the bunker. We have a Basilisk off here in the corner, the Leman Russ command squad over there, a Chimera with the veterans on that objective, and then the Hydra, Manticore, the veteran squad with snipers, and the command squad off in that corner. In reserves, the Storm Raven with the Death Company. We got the Librarian Furioso in a drop pod, 2 Vendettas, and a Scouts Sentinel squad. So we're Blood Angel player, I'm going to try to steal first turn. I did not, so we'll be back after the guards, turn 1. Okay, after guard's first turn, we just rolled for Night Finding, but we did not get it. And these guys did their the move, and then they popped their smoke launchers order, so they both popped that. So basically, they all fired at the Titan. The Basilisk fired at the Titan. The Manticore fired at the Titan. The Hydra fired at the Titan. No, he fired at the bikes. My bad. But everything and the Master of Ordnance fired at the Titan. That's who fired at the Titan. And they did manage to strip half his hull points, so he's down to 3 hull points, but he's yet alive. He failed every single one of his invulnerable saves this time. These guys had nobody to shoot at in the bunker, so they were done. That Chimera shot at that tactical squad and managed to kill one guy. The Hydra and the snipers all fired at the bike squad that's way over there, and they did kill off one of the bikers, but they have red thirst, so they don't have to worry about fleeing. And I think that's it. And for his tactical objectives, he scored for this one, for having objective number 1, excuse me, and having objective number 5. So he's actually up 2 points. Right now it's 2-0 Imperial Guards. We'll be back after Blood Angels. Okay, after the Blood Angels turn, Titan moved forward, shot his battle cannon over here, killed off a few of those infantrymen right there, did strip a hull point and immobilized the Hydra, which isn't going to do much good there. The Land Raider, Mephiston hopped inside, and the Land Raider did his multi-melta at the Chimera and did blow up the Chimera, and that squad lost a few guys from the explosion. These guys moved forward and they attempted to charge the Manticore, but they did fail their charge range, so they're stuck there. As far as the rest of the guys, the Tactical Squad ran forward, Assault Squad ran forward. These guys hang tight to keep that objective in case they need it. The Drop Pod and Librarian came in, attempted to land right here between the vehicles so he could hop out, scattered right off the table, and put himself back into reserves. So I did score 2 victory points, one for First Blood and one for one of the objectives. So we'll be back after Guards turn 2. Alright, after the Guards turn 2, the Vendetta came in. The 2 Leman Russ squadrons fired at the Imperial Knight and took him down. He goes apocalyptic, but it doesn't scatter, so nothing really happened there. The Hydra took a couple of pot shots at that and did manage to kill off one of the tactical squads there. The Basilisk fired at the Land Raider, but did not manage to get anything through. The Master of Ordnance fired at the Land Raider, but it scattered off. The Manticore fired his Storm Eagle rocket, landed right there, and took out a couple of guys, including the Sanguinary Priest, who failed his lookout, sir. The 2 Walkers came in from behind and shot at that squad and missed completely. So, a little bit of luck, not a little, you know, only a little. Little's all we need. We're still good. I think that's about it. So they fired a whole bunch of stuff at the bikes, and nobody got through. So victory points wise, he scored. He controlled 3 or more objectives, so he scored that one, and he rolled a 2 because it's a D3. So he Imperial Guard now has 4 objectives. So it's now 4-2. On to Blood Angels, turn 2. At the end of the Blood Angels turn 2, all these guys turned and fired at those Sentinels and did manage to take them out. These guys sat there and looked pretty because that's what they like to do. In reserves wise, the Storm Raven failed his reserve roll, didn't come in. The Librarian Drop Pod came in and they thought they'd be super cool. Come in over here, right there, and scattered right off over here and went back into reserves again. Land Raider moved forward just enough. Mephiston hopped out, assaulted, and wiped out those veteran squads, and then he backed back up off the wall, hopefully to get a little bit of cover from somebody. Maybe he'll live. Over here, the bikes went over through the wall in the charge and managed to strip a whole point off that, and that is the sergeant. The other guy died going over the wall. I think that was it for Blood Angels. Not a whole lot. We'll see if we can get into reserves next turn. So, right now, Imperial Guards still have 4 victory points,
And Mephiston scored a victory point for his Warlord trait, and we scored a victory point for controlling 2 of the objectives. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is now 5-4 in the favor of Blood Angels. On to turn 3. Alright, at the end of guard turn 3, these guys scooched over, fired at the Land Raider, stripped a hull point, and dropped off one of those Hurricane Bolters. This Vendetta zoomed in and shot at Mephiston and did take off 1 wound. Those guys all tried to kill Mephiston and nothing really good happened. The Manticore, he was shaking this last one, so he fired at the bike but missed with his snap fires. This guy flew over here, shot at those, managed to kill 1 Tactical Marine. So all in all, it was a pretty safe turn for Blood Angels. We'll see what we can do. The score is still 5-4. Okay, since the end of Blood Angels turn 3, Drop Pod decided to play it safe this time, and he tried to land right there. And of course, that time he gets a direct hit, comes in right there. Librarian Furioso pops out, casts his Psychic Flame flame spell, can't remember the name of it, Flame Breath, there we go, and wipes out those veterans. Mephiston comes over, shoots his plasma, and strips a wound off that tank and the Hydra, and then he does make his assault charge with the fleet and takes it out. This bike charges in and does nothing. He shoots his multi-melta at the Chimera and strips it of a hull point and shakes him. Whichever one that he can still move, he just, you know, snap fires next turn. Drop Pod tried to fire at the back of the Vendetta, nothing happened. Over on this side of the table, Storm Raven flew in, shot at with the multi-melta at first, and took out the Vendetta with a lucky shot. So then he fired 2 of his missiles over at that one, and he did evade, but none of the missiles actually hit. These guys ran into the cover, and these guys did stand still so they could shoot the Vendetta, and then end up running anyway. Really no reason why they couldn't have run before. Snapfire either way. Think ahead, people. Think ahead. No more victory points scored for Blood Angels, so we will be back after the start of turn 4. Okay, after the guards, turn 4, this Vendetta zoomed over here. He was shaken last time, so he did some Snapfire shots, and he missed, but he did. The Storm Raven did not evade, so next turn he's still going to be golden. These guys repositioned themselves and did a bunch of shooting. Stripped off a couple of hull points off the Land Raider, or a hull point off the Land Raider, stripped off 1, and then finally finished off the Drop Pod with all the shooting that was going on. Can't remember who all fired at who at this point, because there was a lot of shooting going on, but these guys disembarked, stripped off some wounds off of Mephiston, he's down to 2. Storm Eagle Rocket also fired and managed to kill the other Librarian, and you know, like I said, the Drop Pod's dead. So basically, Drop Pod's dead, Furioso's dead. These guys are fine. Mephiston's almost dead. Land Raider still has a couple hull points. He's not too bad. The bike in the assault phase did not manage to do anything because the Manticore did not move. So that's where we're at. Did you get any more victory points? Nope, no more victory points for guards. We're still Blood Angels ahead, 5-4. We'll see what happens next. We'll be back after Blood Angels. After Blood Angels turn 4, these guys move forward, snap fire to the Vendetta, who did evade, and the missile did get through and stripped off a hull point and weapon. That's what it did. Weapon destroyed, so that one's gone. So he's down to 2 hull points. They tried to fire his melt-the-gun pistol at him and missed. Storm Raven flew over here and fired 2 missiles at that Luminous Squadron, and stripped off a hull point, just a glancing hit, and then did a penetrating hit on the Basilisk and shook him. Land Raider moved forward and fired at the squad, but didn't manage to do anything. Mephiston failed all of his psychic tests, and so that he basically just shot at and assaulted the Chimera trying to pop it, and nothing happened. And then the bike, or I guess nothing happened, he got a glancing hit on the assault, and then the bike moved forward and did miss. So we did score another victory point for controlling objective number 2. And Mephiston is now within 12 of the table edge, so we also got the behind enemy lines. So it's 2 more for us. That's 7-4. We'll be back at the start of 5. Okay, after the guards turn 5, everything kind of moved over and shot at Mephiston, and of course finished him off, because that's what happens when he fails his Feel No Pain. These Lehman Russes fired at and finished off the Land Raider with a little bit of help from the Manticore's last rocket. And then the Vendetta shot at that tactical squad over there, managed to kill off a guy, but they made their save, so they're not fleeing away. So he did manage to score Kingslayer for killing Mephiston. So yes, Slay the Warlord and Kingslayer, but he only rolled a 1 on his D3. So he has that objective for the Vendetta. So now it's a tied ball game, 7-7. So we'll see what happens if the Blood Angels can pull a victory out or not. Okay, so the Death Company popped out of the Storm Raven. The Storm Raven just kind of zimmied around over there, and he shot at and killed off the Basilisk. Shot at and tried to do anything to them and didn't really do anything, but the Death Company finished them off quite handedly in close combat, wiped out the whole squadron. That bike, as usual, tried to do his stuff and failed, like he has been. The Assault Squad and the Tactical Squad, sorry about the angle, I'm plugged into a charger, so I can't really get any closer, but they both shot at the Vendetta, which is right now is in hover mode, and did not manage to do anything, and then the Assault Marines failed their charge range, so that's where we're at. So, but that was the end of 5, so we'll see if the game continues. Go ahead and roll. And on a 6, we'll continue to turn 6, so we'll be back after the Guards turn 6. Okay, the Stormtroopers came out and decided to come out and rapid fire Lamarte's and the Death Company, and only managed to strip 1 wound off Lamarte, so now he's angry, and you won't like him when he's angry. Those guys over there, Command Squad, hop back in their Chimera. That Manticore finally finished off that bike. It was kind of funny. The Vendetta over there shot at that squad. He kind of scooched over, but he snap fired and he didn't hit anybody. So that's where. Oh yeah, the Master of Ordnance fired at the assault squad and did manage to kill off the sergeant and the special weapon on that assault squad. So here we are. We'll be back. The Guard, I guess, did not score any more objectives. So we'll see if the Blood Angels can score. Okay, after the Blood Angels turn 6. Storm Raven went back into flying mode and shot at and popped that Chimera, and a couple of 3 guys died in the ensuing explosion. And this, with the assault cannons, they fired at that and finished him off, so he's also a wreck. So all we have left over here is that pile of guys and the Raven. Over here, giant shocker, but the Death Company assaulted those Storm troopers and wiped them out to a man. They haven't done their consolidation move yet. Over here we fired a missile up there and he evaded. These guys just moved forward to take objective in case we get a good tactical objective. Those guys rushed forward to assault and did strip off an extra hull point, so he's down to his last hull point. So we'll see how well this works. Let's see if the game's going to continue. You want to go ahead and roll? It is a 1. The game ends. Okay, so at the end of the game, we counted up the total victory points. On the Blood Angel side, we have 6 tactical objectives, plus First Blood, and plus the Warlord trait added 1 more. So that's 8 victory points for the Blood Angels. And then on the Guard side, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tactical objectives also. And they had Slay the Warlord, which made 7. So then we were at first thinking, I mean, so it's still a victory for the Blood Angels, 8-7. But we thought we had Linebreaker, but we forgot they're not scoring, so they don't count. He's in flying mode, so he doesn't count towards being within 12 inches. And then, so it really came down to this Vendetta over here, who's about 14 inches away from the table edge. So it is a Blood Angel victory, 8-7.